What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting day because we are going to be recreating one of Mmmmitchell's makeup looks. If you guys don't follow him already on Instagram, he is such an amazing artist. He's somebody that inspires me when it comes to color. He's very bam, 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 and he kills like neon looks. So when I saw this look, I was just like, this is everything that I like. It's very neutral if you were to take away the neon, but once you pop it in there, it is so fun, wearable. So that's what we'll be doing today. As always, all the products I'll be using today will be listed down below, but let's stop rambling and let's get started. So I went and had already started one eye just to make sure that I had the placement right. So let's get started on the second eye. So I'm gonna first go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Light Beige. Love using this for just like an eyeshadow primer. You can really use whatever. Now I'm gonna quickly set it with my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and this is in shade 1. Just really helps to take away any tackiness, but it's not going to take away from the grip for the eyeshadow. The palette we're going to be using today is the Makeup by Mario Mattes palette. Ever since I got it, I have not been able to put this down. This is the perfect matte palette that you can have. It's just amazing, so if you don't have it, you need it. But this is all that we're going to be using for today's look, minus our neon shades, but we'll get into that in a minute. So this look doesn't really require precision. I'm very sloppy with this, you'll see as we go, because it requires cleanup. So we're going to be wiping, doing a cut crease. So if you feel like your blending skills aren't the best, I promise you, just follow my lead. It'll be perfect. So I'm going to grab my Smith 232 brush. This is a pretty big fluffy brush. And I'm going to go in with mattes 2 and 4. That's how they're all labeled, by the way, which I think is really cool. So we're going to go 2 and 4. And I'm just kind of tapping in there sloppily and working all the way in the upper part of my lid. And you're just gonna go ahead and keep layering until you get the desired depth that you're looking for. Again, I'm just swirling it all up here, pushing it in my eyebrows, getting right here in the nook of my eye, and then winging outwards. Now, same brush, I'm gonna go ahead and grab shades, what is this, 5 and 8. And again, just dipping that brush in there and then going slightly under the first shade that we put down, but still kind of also going over it, if that makes sense. But same motions, just really building up that depth. And you see I'm kind of going pretty fast. I feel like looks like these, when it's just like a very dark look that I'm going to do a cut crease anyway, I'm not really too worried about placement. Now that shade 8 all by itself, same brush again. Just building that a little bit more in the crease. Now that we have a nice little gradients going on with these colors, we're going to switch to a smaller brush. So I'm going to grab my MAC 217 brush, and now we are going to dip into 6 and 8, 9, 10, 6 and 10. These two right here, and we're going to focus this right in the crease. So just keeping this tucked right here, but still moving it throughout the lid from here, and then again sweeping it outward. So we're just creating a gradients from light to dark, and you can use whatever colors that you would like. I feel like sometimes I use an unnecessary amount of shades, but in my mind, I have to do that. I don't know why. In my mind, it just blends perfect. Now to get that crease just a little bit darker, we're going to grab the Colourpop E9 brush, and now I'm going to dip into shade 11. So this is the darkest brown that they have. And again, just now really focusing this straight into the crease. And then I'm also pushing that color right here, right in the corner nook right there. Focusing, making sure that's dark. Also winging this out, and then just continuing to pull this through the crease. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. So I'm going to grab this Rephr P21 brush, and the shade that I'm using and the concealer I'm using is Colourpop the No Filter Concealer, and this is in shade Light 16. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a tiny bit of this. When I do my cut creases, I'm very soft with it. I know some people can't, I mean, there's so many different ways to do cut creases, but the way that I like to do it is very soft. So what I'm going to do is, again, there's a little bit of product, And I'm just gonna lightly work in my sections, starting from the inner portion of the eye. And just dabbing away. Going very slow. Very intricate with it. If you struggle with cut creases, a tip for a lot of people is to take a little bit of your product, stick it on the lid like that, look up, and then it'll kind of give a little spot section of how high your cut crease should be for your eye shape. Now I'm only gonna focus this until the middle of my eye. So once you get to the middle, I'm just gonna take whatever's left, just push it right on the lid, or you can always use your finger to diffuse it, which is what another thing I like to do as well. Then I'm gonna grab this Colourpop E4, and I'm gonna go into shades 1 and 3. I don't want it super stark white, I just want it bright, but kind of mimics somewhat of skin tone. And then I'm just gonna set that concealer. Now for liquid liner, I am going to grab the Physicians Formula. I'm obsessed with this liquid liner. I used to always be about Stila. That was like my go-to for many, many years. The Kat Von D as well. Then I got my hands on this guy and I have not been able to look back. I'm obsessed with it. It's just the best. But for this step, I need to get closer to my mirror because the older that I'm getting, not that I'm losing my sight, but I just need to see a little up close. So I'm just gonna go in my mirror here. Sorry, I'm gonna get real close to the camera. And we're just gonna go ahead, start this way. Swoop in. I hold my liner really weird when I do it this way. I know, it works for me. I flip it around so I could do this. Flip it back around. Get that thickness. So now we're gonna grab the Cleanup Crew, which is just a little micellar water on a cotton round. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up that eyeshadow and go right along the wing. Now it's time for the fun part, which I'm so excited about because it really transforms just a normal look to something way more fun. So we're gonna be using the Norvina cake liners. I have this stack and then I have this stack. So I've used cake liners in the past before. These seem to be different the way that they activate. So normally a cake liner, they activate with water or something liquid that helps just to kind of like revive it and you can use it, blah, blah, blah. But these, I don't know if they're bad. They might be because it has a shelf life of 6 months, but they're already kind of spongy. So I don't know if that's normal. I didn't really look a lot of reviews on how other people felt while using these. They do have like not a pleasant smell to them. So I don't know if mine's expired, but I'm going to keep using it. I live my life on the edge, okay? But regardless, if you guys have used these before, you like them, I think that these are black light activated too, so I can go in a black light and have my eyes being glowing up. So maybe that's what's making this a little bit different with the texture and the formula, probably, I'm assuming. Either way, I don't care. It's bomb, so let's get started. So I'm gonna be using the neon yellow and the lime. I definitely use a little bit more of the yellow, but I just wanted like a tinge, just a tinge of green in there. Then I'm grabbing my Makeup Forever 250 brush. And what I did here was kind of create a little space for me to work off of. So I just take a little bit of the product, put it on my pan here, and then I mix it up. And I use just the tiniest amount of micellar water. And I mix it in there to make sure that it's that liquidy consistency that we need it to be. So all we're gonna do is just line the bottom and the top of the wing and then just highlight the inner corner. So it's really easy. Just go ahead and follow your wing liner. And again, I take my time on this too, just because, like I said, I was having kind of difficulties. It gets like cakey, and I wanted it to be more like smooth and gliding. So that's my only, the cakiness and the pigmentation of it. Like, you can build it up to be pigmented, but I feel like I had to kind of go over it a few times because it gets like streaky, if that makes sense. And then I just went and screwed that up. Okay, it's really hard for me to hold a mirror and do this at the same time. So you get the drift. Let me just go ahead and do this really quick. All right, so once you have all that down, we're gonna work on the inner portion. So my MAC 242 brush, again, whatever I have right here on the pan, I'm just gonna dip slightly into that, kind of work it into my brush. And then I'm gonna pop this right in the inner corner. Same little pencil brush that we got. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that and kind of outline right here just to make it pop a little more. So now that the eyes are like semi-completed, let's work on the complexion. So earlier this morning I got a spray tan, so I've been like slowly developing, and I feel like by the end of this video I'm probably gonna be a little bit darker than I am right now, but that's okay. So because I'm still actively developing, I'm not gonna go full coverage on my face. So I'm gonna be using a tinted moisturizer. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh in shade 10N. I've been obsessed with this. Honestly, I feel like I stopped using full coverage foundations ever since I started using this, because I've been manipulating my foundation to give me full coverage look without actually being full coverage. I'm obsessed with this. If you don't have it, you haven't tried it, do so. It is so good. And I really like tinted moisturizers for the sole fact that they kind of slightly will adjust, just because they're more on the sheer side. So even if I start to get a little bit darker, I just feel like this is gonna look more natural, opposed to if I were to wear like a full coverage foundation and then be completely two different colors. For concealers, we're going to do a little concoction. So I'm going to be using my Dior Forever Concealer. I love this, by the way. This is in shade 2WP. I like this because it's slightly on the peachier side, and that really helps with any darkness or discoloration under the eyes. Then going back in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in light beige. Kind of do one of these with here, right there. And then I broke out so randomly all over my neck. They were like really nasty blackheads. They were fun to pop, let me tell you that. They hurt a little bit when I did it, but now they're just healing, so that's good. So I'm just gonna first blend these out, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a lighter concealer afterwards, just to hit like the little high points of my face, the little T-zone, just to give a little extra dimension and brightness throughout the center of my face. And for that, I'm going to be using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 16. I'm going to use that light concealer on my little pimp daddies on the neck as well, just to try to at least camouflage them slightly. I'm not too worried about completely covering them. I really never am when it comes to my blemishes. Like, blemishes is what it is for me. Now we're gonna go in with some cream contour by Fenty. This is in the shade Macchiato with my Refer 04 brush. Really just help to bring a little bit of color back into my face, some more dimension, some structure, nice and chiseled. Now I'm gonna take some of my RCMA setting powder, and we're just gonna go ahead and set the under eyes, T-zone as well. Then I like to go in with my Beauty Blender and then give it a little extra set right in the T-zone. For bronzer, you already know, Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And we are just going to warm up this face and also set that cream contour just a little more. Because this look is a little bit more on the bold side, I'm going to continue to sculpt and chisel up my face. So we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow with my Japanesque highlighting brush. And I'm just going to chisel right there under the cheeks and then just right up here on my forehead. Before I use the highlighter in this palette, we're going to put some blush on. So I'm going to do a little concoction for blush today, and I'm going to start with the Physicians Formula blush, and this is in shade Vintage Rose. So we're gonna put a little bit of that on right here in the center of the cheeks, and I'm gonna push it outwards to my contour. And then using my Rephr 05 brush, we're gonna go in the Kylie blush. And this is in shade Pink Power. Absolutely love this baby pink. It'll pair really nicely with this neon look. Now it's time for the highlighter. We're gonna go back into the Film Star Bronze and Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. And then glow up the face. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and lashes off camera, and then we will be right back to do the lip. Okay, I'm back, and I straightened my hair because it was looking like a hot mess. But for lashes, we use the Ardell Naked Lashes, and it's in the style 422. Absolutely love this line, but this style is by far my favorite out of the whole Naked Lash selection. And then I cut it up because I just like to put it a little bit on the outer corners just to give it a little bit more oomph. Then I just smoked a little bit of my lower lash line with the same Makeup by Mario palette, and then put a little mascara. Now for lip, we are going to be using the NYX lip liner pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. And on top of that, we are going to be using the Kylie lipstick in the shade Beach Bum. Absolutely love this lipstick, and I feel like it pairs really well with the whole look. And that completes the look. I hope you guys love it. I've been so obsessed with neon this year, just whether it's in makeup, pops of it in fashion. I've just been obsessed with it, and this was a nice way for me to kind of do that without going crazy, because you guys know I'm pretty neutral when it comes to a lot of my looks, and just adding this little pop of neon really allows me to still feel like it's me, but a funner version. If you like videos like these, let me know in the comments down below. I absolutely love recreating a lot of just amazing artist work. So if there is anything that you guys have had your eyes on that you want to see me recreate, please let me know. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos if you'd like to see more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is Amanda Devon on there. And that's it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.